Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike Jarovic here with Condemn Labs, coming at you with another State of the Union. Just wanted to check in with you guys, follow up. I know I said to keep the communication pipeline open. I know I've been a little bit distant and sluggish with some of these State of the Unions, but I feel like it's always good and better to get on here when I have something more to talk about than not, right? So I don't want to get on here and just waste your guys' time. So I'm going to jump right into it and let you know what we have going on, what's the future of Condemn Labs looking like, and some current events that, we have going on just to keep you guys up to date and in the loop. And as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. So if you want to comment, below, or if you guys want to shoot me an email direct, mike@condemnlabs.com. I always love to hear from everybody who's supporting the brand, or if you just have any questions at all and I can help you out, that would be great. So I wanted to deep dive into the rebrand. I know you guys have been seeing some of the new products popping up and that we have a lot of things going on with that. It's very colorful. There's graphics. It's exciting. I know we've been talking about this rebrand for a couple of months, and it's just actually beginning to start to come to life. So that's very exciting for us on the team because we've been working really hard on the back end just to keep things going. And, once you pop up with one product, you kind of have to keep up the flow so that the dominoes fall correctly. And that's been very, very challenging because there is a lot of moving parts. We have graphic designers, multiple graphic designers. We have artists drawing different pieces of the labels. We're actually looking to do some really cool stuff down the line with some, big name comic book artists, which I don't know how much it'll resonate with the fitness industry, but maybe it'll tap us into a different industry. So it should be cool and just open up that, broad spectrum of what Condemn Lab could actually be. But so here's here's one of the Condemn Convict bottles. I believe we had this out so far in 3 flavors. We had the watermelon candy, I think, which sold out in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, which was pretty quick for the size order that we had. So we might bring that flavor back. I really like it better than the red raspberry, to be honest. But as of right now, I know we have blueberry lemonade, and I know we have red raspberry in stock. I know next week that they're shipping out the Pelican Bay and the orange mango. We do have a bunch of new flavors in effect that are being sampled out now. There's going to be a heavy sampling this week. I have the boys coming up, the sales reps coming up. They're going to stay crash by me, and we're going to powwow together and just go over, the next couple of steps for Condemn Labs, as well as try out a bunch of flavors and make sure that we're bringing you the absolute best, because we put our sampling through a pretty vigorous process. I mean, we run it by a lot of people and we get a lot of feedback, and we tear it down, we build it back up. We just don't want to sign off on anything. We want to make sure we're giving you guys something that tastes really good, something that's really unique. So I'm excited about that. We have a bunch of new flavors that are going to hit really hard, and we're going to confirm them this week. So also for the labels, guys, I just want to let you know that we're not just changing over the color scheme and slapping like a comic book art on a label and just like one and done, see you later. No. So these labels are divided into chapters, and each chapter is kind of telling its own sector of a story, and each chapter obviously makes up a bigger portion of the overall story. So, and there is an overall story that we're going to carry you through, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it now, just to give you a little bit of rundown, but I don't want to spoil and tease too much. But yeah, so we have Convict, right? So Convict's going to be your staple product. This is going to be your pre-workout, and this is chapter 1 of the series. And basically what Convict is like, it's recognizing that the industry has all these problems. It addresses some of these shady issues going on, and it talks about like, just that how this, the tagline is the industry needs change, right? And here we come in like, boom, like Superman coming out of the booth and busting off into our capes, and we're going to be the people to change the industry. We know all these shady things, mislabeled ingredients, highly marketed stuff, oversaturated ambassadors, all these problems within the industry, and we're like kind of addressing them and tackling them, and we're going to be the ones to change them. Yeah, rah, rah, rah. And then chapter 2 gets a little crazy with the arsonist, and not to distract, but arsonist just landed in the warehouse, by the way. So we're just running out some of the old stock, but you're going to see this up in the next 7 to 10 days. I'm giving the team a little bit of time to build out some content for you with the new bottles. And just for the record, guys, the new bottles, the flavor, the profile, the ingredient profiles haven't changed. A lot of times when companies come out and they try to like bait you with this colorful, shiny item and say, oh, look, we got something new, they kind of take something away with the sleight of hand. We're not doing that. These products still hit. They're absolutely, amazing. They still hit the same hard way they do. They're the same ingredient panels. We're going to upgrade ingredients down the line and make things a little bit better, because there are some new ingredients in the market that we are experimenting with. But to get back to chapter 2 is going to dive into like, okay, there's all these little fires all over the industry, and the industry needs change, and we're trying to fix it. And all right, how do we go about doing that? So we try to put all these little fires out, and we just can't do it. It's very stressful. It's like, oh, this is happening. Oh, then we go to that, and all these things are happening. And next thing you know, it's like, okay, we can't cure cancer with a Band-Aid. We're going to have to burn this thing down and build it back up from scratch. And that's exactly what we do with Arsonist. So then I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek at the lockdown label. And the lockdown labels are actually being plated right now, and they're going into print, and we're going to run lockdown for chapter 3. And here's lockdown. So lockdown is going to be, this is a computer printed label, so it's not the best quality, but it's just to give you a feel for what it might look like, or something very close. And if you look at the labels that we're printing now, they just have a lot of attention to detail. They're raised spot UV. Certain things are matte. Certain things, are, shiny. So they're really cool. They kind of really flow with the comic book theme, as if you had a comic book in your hand. Plus you have a little bit of a braille-ish feel where things are raised. But so Arsonist, what happens at Arsonist now is we do this crazy crime, and we're like this vigilante where we kind of break things down to build them back up, and we bend the rules a little bit to do so. But our ultimate goal is to, protect the people or help people. But sometimes you have to do things in an unorthodox manner in order to succeed, right? And then, boom, we wind up getting in trouble. Lockdown. Cue lockdown, right? And then now lockdown, just to give you a little bit of some of the verbiage on the back of the thing, the character gets locked down. They can't hold us down forever. No one could stop what's coming, locking me up, putting me in a cage. They think this was going to change things? I need to get the hell out of here. Ha 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 ha. Have they lost their minds? They don't understand the damage they're causing. ... To be continued, right? So like now we get locked down, and the character runs into this problem where he gets in trouble for what he was doing, and he's being stopped. He's being arrested and kind of like held down from saving the world and saving the industry and helping these people. And then chapter 4 is a spin-off of that a little bit deeper, where the character becomes confined in chapter 4, confined, our EAA, and basically goes through this like depression, anxiety, crazy madness, losing his mind, been in jail for a little while now, and he's really got to get out of here because he's not in a good place mentally. And, that flows with the confined theme, so on and so forth with the other chapters and the thing. But we're not just throwing stuff on the thing and saying, oh, look, cool, yellow, new yellow, black, and hey, we got a picture on there, so we want you to know there's going to be a little bit more depth to the comic book storytelling. I feel like the industry right now it's really lacking storytelling. There's no storytelling, and I think I have a great story to tell, and I think I wasn't doing it in a great way, and I found this comic book way, and I think everybody resonates with superheroes and comic books, especially in this space in one way, shape, or form, right? Like, we all kind of want to be a superhero or this comic book action figure in our own way, so why not really that through our messaging in our graphical images on our bottles, right, and tell our story. So I want to focus a little bit more on storytelling and the creative aspect, where the brand came from, how the brand came about, who I am, who we are, and just, be the voice through this comic book labeling. So I think it's going to be really cool. So if you guys follow along and appreciate a little bit more, do me a favor. When you grab a bottle and you pick one up and it's in your hand, just throw me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Hey, Mike, this is whack. I don't really like it. It's cheesy. Or, hey, Mike, this is really fire. I really like it. Just the labels are sick. The storyline's pretty, rated M. It's hardcore. It fits, And that's another thing, guys. We're going to keep the brand as hardcore as possible for as long as we can. We don't want to change up. I notice patterns in the industry, and I've been looking around a little bit, and I really usually stay focused, straight and narrow, and just drive forward. But, every once in a while you have to go out and do some competitive research and see what's out there. And I tried a bunch of products on the market recently. I'm going to be honest, and I'm totally unbiased. There were some creative things behind some of them. There were some really cool looks on some of them. There were some flavor collaborations that were great, and there were some bigger brands that, I just wasn't impressed with the ingredient profiles and what they're selling. There was a couple of things that were on the market right now that are like overly engineered that I was like, oh shit, this product has everything in it. It's all the bells and whistles. Come to realize, what I realized 6 years ago, that you could throw the book at a product sometimes and over-engineer it to the point where it's not as effective as it might look on paper. And that's exactly what I dealt with. Some of these products, they had like 30-gram scoopers. And when you have a 30-gram scooper, one of the issues that you run into right away, depending on what ingredients in there, it doesn't even matter at this point. You have to drink 30 grams. And if you guys can't picture what 30 grams is like a protein-sized scooper. So if you're drinking that pre-workout, you have to digest that, get that in your stomach, and like get to the gym, and your stomach feels all watery, and you can't just shoot things down. And then the energy wasn't there, and the pump, I didn't notice much of a difference. I was like, I was a little disappointed seeing some of these things that I've been seeing online and some of these brands popping up and looking like they're doing amazing. So that was my little experience with, some market research and things like that. But just, the industry's changing. Things are going for like more of like a unicorn, Skittles, like, rainbow, collaboration, which, is great. It's different, but I still think for us, we want to be a bodybuilding brand. We want to focus on bodybuilding. We want to focus. I feel like I'm selling functional art right now. That's going to help change people's lives. Like, that's what I'm looking at it now. So I'm tapping more into the branding aspect. But for me and my roots and everything that I've done, as far as bodybuilding, and I was competitive bodybuilding, I was really deep into it. It's just always been this nitty gritty, ugly process. There's nothing pretty about going to the gym every day, feeding yourself, a bunch of meals, dragging around the cooler, making sure you get adequate amount of sleep, breaking down muscle fibers only to tear them back down the next day, and then overload yourself with food to try to build back up stronger and bigger or more defined. And like the crazy thing about it is like, yeah, you get like a runner's high almost from the gym. Like there's that therapeutic aspect, but you don't see the results from the day you worked out that day, until maybe a year later or 6 months later, where it's compounded over time. So it's that our brand fuels that day in and day in grind. I come back from like owning a supplement store, and I used to tell people in the supplement store, supplements are supplemental to a diet, man. You got to put that work in. And then I couldn't find products that I was selling that had the all-in-one. That's actually why I started my own brand. So, we fuel that person. And whether you're like the dad who's got, too much weight around his midsection, or if you're the mom who's maybe, not able to get to the gym every day, or if you're the competitive bodybuilder, like I feel like we're making products geared towards change, and everybody who has to go through some sort of change had to do something drastic to make that change happen. And I think the industry right now is trying to just get away from that. They're trying to polish this storyline up to make it sound easy, or just buy my subscription plan. Hey, check out my nutrition plan and my training protocols. Everybody can do it. No, like it's nitty, it's gritty, it's hardcore. Man, there's nothing pretty about the process, and we're not trying to glorify it in some sort of way that it's not. So we're trying to actually, talk more about like the hardcore and the nitty gritty in the process. And we're trying to relay that through our messaging and keep that with our brand athletes and ambassadors through our image, because this is who we are. So we're always going to try to keep that hardcore stake in the line. And I hope you guys appreciate that. And I know some of you guys might not. Maybe this brand's not for you. And another tagline of ours is, hey, we're not for everybody. We're not for everybody. You might not like the names of the products. You might not like the look of the brand, or you might not like certain things and aspects of it, and you want to kind of go with that. That's fine. That's cool. The door's right there. So, but we welcome all the freaks. We welcome all the hardcore. We welcome all the grinders, all the hustlers, all the people putting the work in. They're working sometimes 2 jobs, wife, married, kids, whatever you got going on, and just making that time to get in the gym. I don't care if you're doing HIIT in the park, or if you're doing, if you're working out and you're powerlifting. It doesn't matter. We're here to cater to you. We've recently also started tapping into the MMA space a little bit, and the fighters thing. There's nothing more aggressive than that. And, we're just at a few fight leagues, checking out some fighters, and real hardcore aggressive shit that we could be a part of. And I think it fits the theme of the brand. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I hope you appreciate the storyline and things of that. I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes, but I just want to talk about a couple more things that we have going on. As far as apparel goes, you guys are going to see a lot of out of stocks on the apparel. Don't worry about the out of stocks. We're flushing out the all the apparel that we have now. We're really consolidating things to the bare minimum, so they might be able to get some deals and discounts on that. We're changing over everything to the new color scheme, to the new taglines, to just the new look overall. Working on some custom packaging. I got a couple of shirts in the mail from the brand, and I was like, what the fuck? It was just thrown in the box, and shipping department put it in there, and we just like, we're just a gym shirt, right? Like, here you go, wear it in the gym. So now, with the new rebranding, we're going to start putting things in custom bags. They're going to be tagged. They're going to have, custom moving labels inside of them. There's going to be stickers in there. There's going to be just a different customer experience, like all over print tissue paper. I want you guys to get these things because we are buying premium t-shirt blanks and printing on them. I want you guys to get them and feel some type of way when they come and you open the box. Not like, oh, just another gym t-shirt. Oh, wow. I want you to see the time and attention and detail we're putting into these things and tying them in all together. So what we're doing now is we're kind of selling down some of the apparel, but I have a big apparel order in right now. and it's going to cater to females. It's going to cater to, the men. Obviously, there's going to be hoodies. There's going to be crop tops. There's going to be, t-shirts, of course, with a bunch of different variants and different, different looks going on over there. I'm working on some leggings, some booty shorts for the girls. We're working on, tank tops and stuff like that for the guys and the girls as well. But it's going to be really cool. So I'm excited to roll that out because everything's going to match this new color scheme. One of the issues we had initially with the old color scheme, and it was a gold. So I'm just substituting gold for athletic gold here. But the athletic gold is a little bit easier to match, like my hat, my shirt, the sign behind me, clothing. It's just like that other metallic gold was horrible for branding because it was just too many different looks, and then that's confusing. So right now, if you see somebody walking around the gym and they have like that yellow athletic gold, you already know, like, oh wow, that's Condemn Labs colors. Once it's seen for a little while, you're going to see it's going to start really popping. So we put a lot of thought, energy, and emphasis on these things, and we looked around, we did some market research, and we made sure nobody else was using these things, and I'm sure they'll come behind it after that, but that's fine, no big deal. But as long as we get that first mover mobility and they're chasing out tails, we're good with that. Also with the products, you're going to start to see the chapters, and there's going to be familiar things, and we're going to launch some new flavors. We're working on 2 more flavors of the EAA right now. I'm working on 6 additional flavors to the 2 additional protein flavors that we have now. So we're going to amplify those a little bit. There's always new flavors of Convict in the pipeline. So you guys are going to start seeing a lot more, exclusive drops for Convict. Make sure you get in and get on some of that. We might even do some really cool things down the line that we're working on. And with some collectible items to fit the comic book theme, some stuff that's going to be like, hey, one and done. You're going to buy this, have it. It's going to be exclusive. That's it. That's going to be really cool. Also, the new products I've been talking about for a little while now, I'll leak some of them out. The nootropic I've been talking about for a while, that thing's in the works right now. It's just a matter of getting the artwork for the label. A diuretic pill. We have a diuretic pill to add to our fat burning and weight loss stack, which will be great for fighters as well. So we're kind of being diversified in our marketplaces with some of the products that we're creating, but great for competitors or anybody. It's going to be like a 2-week, like hardcore, like just, going to make you flush out some natural water, as natural as possible to take. And I think it'll be really great to add to Arsonist and to Thyrogenic, as well as like Humislin for like a competitor stack, or if somebody's trying to just make weight, or if they're going on vacation, if you're getting married, it'll be something that you could take and utilize. I think that's really cool. Multivitamins, another thing in the work. The test boost is another thing in the work, and a sleep aid is another thing in the works right now. So those things are, my primary focus is converting all the original bottle labels over to the new label look with the new storyline, and doing a lot of cool things with comics. We're actually talking to some professional artists who are highly accredited, and we're looking to do some sort of collaborations with them down the line. So maybe that'll open up the floodgates into another space. We're not really sure. We're going to see how that goes, but like into the comic book scene. So that's going to be exciting as well. Plus some custom packaging for like, stacks and things of that nature, that all, when you open them up, just have like comic book storyline and tell the storyline and the branding over and over again. But with that being said, guys, that's everything that's going on as far as right now with the products and the apparel. It's like a little bit of a rough patch because it's a little, there's things happening, and it's like, it's not officially done yet. So there's this bridge. Once we bridge that gap, I think things will be like smooth sailing and on a steady incline, which will be great, from there. But if you guys are following on the social media, we just lowered the gates on the Facebook group. I think we had a couple of Facebook groups going. One was very private, but I think we created one that's called Condemn Culture or Condemn Community, and that's going to be like the open access Facebook group. Get on there. Everybody who gets on there is going to have first dibs, first come, first serve. It's going to be a great place to share your stuff, like-minded individuals. Everything Condemn related and fitness related, with hardcore bodybuilding is going to tie in there. If you need advice, if you want to communicate, if you got a great transformation, you want to share it. If, you have a recipe that you made with the protein and you want to share it, like, it's just going to be a great space for everybody to get together. If you're not following on those Facebook groups, which I will link below, you can always follow the Condemn Labs official Instagram, condemned_@ that's the TikTok one. Is going to be condemned_labs. I'm just dibbling and dabbling to the TikTok thing. It's a little confusing for me, but I got to get involved in that a little bit more. And then, of course, we have the Condemn Labs team on Instagram for all our team members. That's ran by Yari, so jump on there. Make sure you communicate with him. And tag him in those posts as well so that he sees them, because the Instagram is busy. The Instagram's real busy. I mean, the Instagram's been growing organically, hundreds of followers a week, which means, we're doing something right. You guys are liking the brand, you're engaging with us. So, we're excited about that. And, share your posts. We like to share. We're not like these other brands that like, hey, we won't share our customers or our stores. Like some of these other brands they need to get off their fucking high horses and realize that these are the people who make up your brand. And that's where I feel like Condemned excels, because we always have our ear to the streets. We're like a boots on the ground company. We don't have one athlete that's like Michael Jordan and like, look at us. We're like, these knights in shining armor and you can't be on our level. Like we look to build wider with a team, and we try to, like, if somebody gives me a good post and it's a good share and it's a great shot and it matches the brand theme, dude, I'm throwing that up on the Condemned Labz page all day. So that's really the difference with us. And I think the fact that, we've scaled, but we've scaled controllable over the last 6 years. It's allowed us to be more powerful in a sense where we've been able to tackle the problems of growing pains a little bit easier, even when they don't feel as easy, as opposed to growing astronomically and scaling out of control into a bunch of problems like I see some other people do. And organically, right? So like we're building brick by brick, and the foundation for the building is getting set, stronger and stronger so that we can go up higher and higher. And like we wouldn't be able to do that without you guys. So, with that being said, I'm just grateful for you guys, for keeping us around this long and showing interest in the brand. And we're going to keep delivering on our end and our promise to give you guys the best. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We're not looking to slight these products in any way, shape, or form. And we're looking to up the bar on everything else we're doing. And like I said, with the clothing and the customer experience, we're basically touching upon that with everything we do with the brand right now. Everything I do, if I get an idea or something pops up, it has to go through such a process to make sure that this is going to be the process. This is what we want to do. So I'm excited for what the future holds. The lockdown is coming soon. The Arsonist will be here in 10 days. All new clothing on the website. Be on the lookout. Cognitive product coming soon. Water pill coming soon. 2 flavors confined dropping. A bunch of new samples and flavors of the protein dropping. Flavors of Convict exclusive flavors, but make sure you pick up the bottles and read the storyline. The storyline's really cool, and I think you guys will appreciate that a little bit. But with that being said, guys, listen, I got to wrap this thing up because I went overboard. I think they wanted me to be around 10 minutes. I'm at like 22 minutes, and I could probably keep yapping here. But if you guys want to see more content from me from the business side of things, just let me know. Reach out to me. Shoot me an email, mike@condemnedlabs.com. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but, I had something in my head, and I'm going off that. So, yeah, there's just so much going on, and we are extremely grateful and excited to launch this to you guys. Please share your feedback. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think about the new products. Let me know what you think about the new product look. Go to the website, pick up some of the gear. If you're interested in being an ambassador, we're working on the ambassador program. It's very hard. We had a lot of signups. We had a couple hundred signups in the last month, and it's just we're just taking that, in small dosages and digesting that because we don't want that to get out of control. But make sure you sign up. The best way to get our attention is honestly, and I don't want to be a salesman here, but I'm going to be a salesman here because I wouldn't sign up with a company if I didn't try their products and like them. So the best way is to look at one of your friends, your favorite athletes, use their discount code, jump on the website, make a small purchase, buy a couple of the products that you think you would like. And then, if you think the brand's a fit for you, if you like the gear, if you like the direction, if you like the things that we're doing, if you think this is going to be something cool or you want to be a part of, if you're you're a hardcore dude or you're a hardcore girl and you're about it and you're looking for a home that you fit in, and this might be a fit for you, then come around and then try to sign up for the ambassador program. And just to give you guys a little touch upon the ambassador program really quick, the ambassador program is a little bit of a hazing period. You're going to come on board. You're going to prove your worth. There's going to be a tier structure where, you're going to be able to grow, and you're going to really be able to grow. Cause there's like 5 guys on the team right now that are in salary positions that started as ambassadors, not athletes. And these guys came on board and they outperformed my athletes, my Olympian athletes, my, all these guys I had on the team that were supposed to be this crazy shit. And then I realized that it's really the hustle and the drive and the determination and how much you really like the brand and you want to be a part of it. It's very easy to grow, and the ladder's there. The ladder opportunity is there. We're not one of those companies where you come on board and you sign up for the program and you're just stuck and there's no growth and you're like a glorified customer. No. Come on board, buy the products at a discount, promote, show us what you're about, show us that you could fit the brand, show us that you fit the theme and the voice of the brand, get us some shares, get some talking going, and then let's collaborate together, we'll partner up, and then we'll grow. So, and then, like I said, the room for opportunity there is endless. I've seen a lot of guys come on board that I just didn't think were going to be anything, and they've grown to be some of my best friends, and, they've grown to be some of the top performers of the company. So, and like, we welcome that. We welcome the hustlers. We welcome the go-getters. I like keeping things like, with the boots on the ground, street vibe. It just more, it resonates more with me, and I can appreciate somebody who works hard and shows up every day as opposed to like the guy who's got the big name and, pops in and out and is really not consistent. So with that being said, guys, I hope I didn't chew your ear off too long. I'm going to promise to put out a little bit more content. Like I said, we have 3 new products in the works that are going to drop behind this, the Arsonist in 10 days. So I'm going to follow back up in like the next 3 weeks and just keep you updated. Hopefully by then the apparel's rocking and rolling, and we got a couple more products on the scene, and we have more to talk about. But with that being said, guys, enjoy your day. Thank you very much for watching and listening, tuning in. I hope I got you during your cardio and I didn't, alter your day in any way, shape, or form. But make sure you check out the website, www.condemnlabs.com. Follow us on Instagram @condemnlabs. Check out the Facebook community group, Condemn Community, Condemn Culture. Check out the TikTok that's a work in progress right now, condemned_labs on there. We'll get a lot more action going through there relatively soon. So, all right, appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. Bye-bye.